Right, this is the Boss RC600 loop station, and this is my first time actually turning it on. I've not read the manual or anything yet. I just wanted to get a sense for whether you had to read the manual to get anything out of this. So this is my first attempt turning it on and trying to put together a loop for it. I was going to just do this downstairs and start to get to know the product, but I figured maybe it's interesting to know whether an idiot like me can get something out of the looper without reading the manual first of all. So that's what this video is. I think a little bit more compact than the RC300, the previous flagship. Okay, so this is the first time turning it on, and we'll see what we get. Nice flashing lights. Just choose a preset on the HX Stomp. I'm plugging my HX Stomp directly in here. So we've got a tap tempo flashing. I'll probably choose something without as much delay as that. Maybe this might be good. Right. So we got record, play, stop, record, play, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, let's try this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Add another track. We've got a third track here, so I'm probably going to put some chords here and maybe make it even longer again. 2, 3. Start stop up here. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so my first instinct is this is working pretty nicely. I'm not having to think about it too much at all. It's just relatively instinctual without reading the manual, which is good. finding that for a complicated looper, that's the easiest I think it's ever been for me to get in and do that. So, I mean, I've not really had to do anything. I've just gone in, and off the bat it's really simple to just start 3 loops, and they can be different lengths. Let's see what happens if I do this. Yeah, they're in sync. Basic premise of the thing, I think, is incredibly well thought out there. You know, you can get in there and just do basic kind of looping in that sense really easily, and that's a nice thing. If I press any one of these, stop, I can clear that loop and start a new one, right? So let me try this. 3, 4, 2, 3, stop. That's, you know, how quickly you could get the thing turned on and start to do looping. So that's a really good thing. I'm going to dig into the manual, but that's my first impressions. If you want it to be a simple-ish 3-track looper in that way, which is in and of itself a pretty powerful task to be able to do without reading a manual and all that stuff, it can be that straightforward. And each of these then acts sort of like its own individual looper, but they are out of the box in sync with each other, so that's really cool. Let's just do one more. Hopefully this has been somewhat I don't know, not an entire waste of your time, just to see what the basic functionality is like. So I'll tap something 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 3 4 1 2 3 4. Right, the timing of that is weird, so I'm going to try that again. 1 2 3 4. Start another loop. So I hit that time-wise a bit weird, so hopefully that gets fixed. We'll just listen as that comes back round. There is a quantized thing in there, right? 1 So really, really nice. You've got a visual kind of tap tempo thing there. If you don't even want the drum kit involved, I think if you press rhythm you can get that as well. So you could have a click, which is obviously going to be a bit off-putting if that's coming out of your actual device. But useful. 3, 4. So if you're practicing, so literally I could be fiddling around and enjoying just playing guitar for hours before I'd even have to crack the manual with that. I've just plugged my HX Stomp straight in stereo, and as you see it's basically set up so you've got, at least here, as far as I can tell, you can easily access 3 loopers. I think there are actually 6 tracks that you can loop on if you can figure that out. You might need to use the manual for that, that's obvious at this point. And there's effects which you can delve into, and that's for another video. But what I wanted to check is, can you just plug into this and play? And the answer for me is absolutely yes. And that rhythm flashing there really visually is super helpful. So for me, that's exactly what you want from a looper. You want to be able to plug into it and make music. That's the most important thing to start with. I didn't want to necessarily have to crack a manual to get to this stage, so that's a big win. So the Boss RC600, that's my first impressions, first time turning it on, and I'm very, very impressed. And I think it looks great, it's a great size, and it looks like it's built to last. Good news. There's other things going on which I need to read into, obviously, but hopefully that's okay to just show you what I think is going on. I'll read the manual, there'll be more videos upcoming with this, the Boss RC600, but the good news is I think it's relatively intuitive, which is not always easy to achieve on something that's capable of doing a lot, especially a thing like a looper. I think they've done a really good job of making that basically intuitive so that you can jump in there and just start playing guitar, which is the thing that I'm actually interested in. I just wanted to show you that this screen here is actually what you've seen so far is showing not much useful, but if I press page across, you have these little indicators, so this shows, you know, which loop you're actually selecting and all this stuff. But that one in particular I find quite useful, so you could stop. And then also you can change the tempo of the thing with tap tempo, so that's also useful. But I just wanted to show you that just in case you were thinking that screen doesn't look super useful. It is actually fairly cool. Stop.